From LALATE News headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Mornings, LALATE.
It's a big day, March 24th, 2021, as $1,400 third stimulus checks will be landing in your bank accounts today. $1,400 third stimulus checks, second wave, have an effective date of delivery of today, March 24th. Who will get them? Who won't? I'll have all the details as well. Meantime, if you tracked your stimulus check on the IRS tool and got an effective date of March 26, what does that mean? And does it mean you're getting the stimulus check in the mail on the 26th or before? Meantime, when throughout the day could your stimulus check post? I have all those breaking details as well. The 10-year Treasury note continues to make news today. Janet Yellen, your Treasury Secretary, and Jerome Powell, your Fed chair, are currently testifying live now before the Senate Banking Committee. We'll cut into that live testimony going underway right now. The Commerce Department reported new numbers this morning, and those new numbers about durable goods, not particularly good. Homebuyer demand rises, but interest rates were poor as well. Robinhood could be going public, and meantime, Tesla says you can buy a car with some Bitcoin. Elsewhere, fourth stimulus heats up, and I have the latest details from the White House about what they're going to do for fourth stimulus. And I also have the latest details of what the president's meetings were yesterday about the fourth stimulus package. Were they good and were they not good? Meantime, a shocking new statement from IRS about people on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, and railroad benefits, a letter to them about your benefits and your stimulus check. I'll have all those shocking developments in this recording, and a new advisory about the $10,200 and what you can do for it from IRS. It's a big morning. A lot of breaking news, and a big 1-hour broadcast is upon us. The toast is toasting, the butter is buttering, the coffee is brewing, and I'm ready. Let's get underway with Mornings LA, starting right now. Is everyone. Your $1,400 third stimulus check will be landing in your account by direct deposit today and also tomorrow, but others will be getting them in the mail. And what is that breaking new development about IRS and people on benefits? I have all that detail as well. How are you? The toast is toasting, the butter is buttering. I'm here, you're here, and if you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. I don't want you to miss a single recording across the board today. And it's a jam-packed news day, as you are to see. Also, like this video. Let's see if we can get a couple thousand likes and consider becoming a member. Let me get right to the breaking news, which, of course, is the $1,400 third stimulus check. It's March 24th. It's currently about 9 o'clock on the West Coast, 12 o'clock on the East Coast. Have you got it? Have you not got it? That's the number one question that millions of Americans are asking, and I'm going to have your answers right now. First, a second wave of direct deposits of $1,400 third stimulus checks was sent out last Friday by IRS for people who did not get the stimulus check the first time around. That first wave, its effective date was March 17th. What's an effective date? It's the date of the check itself. And if it's coming by direct deposit, it means the effective date is today, March 24th, IRS confirms. IRS confirms that it sent out the direct deposit funds last Friday, and that ultimately some banks may decide to release the funds yesterday, but most will release the funds today, March 24th. Understand, some banks may release the funds tomorrow, March 25th. I'll have a rundown of which banks may release the funds tomorrow. Also understand that when a bank releases funds to you on today, March 24th, they do it throughout the day. On March 17th, the last time this happened last week, most of the viewers started to see the deposits appear in the middle of the day, their local time. My local time here on the West Coast, I saw the most activity among viewers happen around 1 o'clock in the afternoon, my time, which is 4 o'clock on the East Coast. So you could see a deposit post to your direct deposit anytime throughout today. You could also see it tomorrow. Who will likely see the direct deposit post today more so than tomorrow? That answer is the big bank customers. Bank America, Citibank, Chase, Wells Fargo, Bank B of A, those type of big banks, they will likely release the funds today. Why? Because they did that last week. The big banks, when they receive a deposit that has an effective date of today, generally release it today. Who would likely release the funds yesterday? Smaller banks or app banks like Chime, Bancorp, Green Emerald Card by H&R Block, TurboTax, and also Cash App. Who's likely to release the funds tomorrow? Smaller banks, credit unions, some of the app banks may release the funds tomorrow. Would you receive an alert before you get the funds in the account? Likely no. The funds would likely just appear available in the account at that very moment. Why? One, the money is good. It's from the federal government. They don't need to put it on hold or pending. Two, they've had the funds since last Friday, so they've already cleared the funds. Number three, the funds are less than $5,000. So recap. Today, you could see the funds post to your account throughout the day in your direct deposit account. Next, if you're a big bank customer, you're likely to see the deposits appear today and unlikely to see them tomorrow. But if you're a smaller bank customer, including apps or Direct Express, you could also see it post tomorrow. But what after that? IRS's very clear advisory on Monday is the following: that if you don't see it post today, it's in the mail. My advice to viewers is if you don't see it post by tomorrow, it's in the mail. Now, let me give further clarity about that as well. If you were set up for direct deposit for the first or second stimulus check and got it by direct deposit for the first or second stimulus check, you may get it in the mail instead this third stimulus check. Why? IRS has never given an explanation why, but IRS did tell us how many of you expecting direct deposit today may instead get it in the mail. Let me scratch the word very. A large section of you will get it in the mail, not by direct deposit. Again, a large segment of you expecting it by direct deposit who got the first and second by direct deposit will get this one not by direct deposit, but in the mail. I have further clarity about that from the viewers of this channel. For viewers of this channel who are set up for direct deposit, who got the first one or second one by direct deposit, including viewers on Direct Express card who were expecting this by direct deposit, 50% of the viewers have gotten an alert on irs.gov. It's not coming by direct deposit, but in the mail. Okay, so then let me turn to the situation about the mail. This is why you really want to tune into me, because I go into incredible detail about all these differences and these numbers you need to know. If you go to irs.gov and it shows mail and it shows March 26, what does the March 26 mean? This is what it means. It means that the effective date of the payment going in the mail to you has an effective date of March 26, meaning that if you're to look at the check that you get in the mail, it's going to say in the corner, March 26. It does not mean the check is being mailed on March 26. It does not mean you're getting the check on March 26. It means the date of the check. In the corner of the check, the date of the actual check is March 26. So what date are you getting a March 26 check? Generally, the 24th or the 25th, and most often the 24th to the 26th. Why? Because IRS generally sends out payments days ahead of time so that they land with you by the effective date or ahead of the effective date. So, to recap, if you go to irs.gov and you check your name and it shows it's in the mail March 31st, That means you're going to get a stimulus check in the mail far before March 31st, but the corner of the check will say the date is March 31st. Now, in a second, I'm going to go over the detail that you need to understand that the one in the mail may be also a debit card, not just a paper check. But I want you to understand that that date that you see when you check irs.gov is not the date it's actually going into the mailbox at IRS to go out. It's actually the date of the check, and that you get it ahead of time. How do I know this even more specifically? I've had countless viewers who have that effective date of March 26th for the mail check, and they got it yesterday, they got it the day before, they got it last Thursday, they got it last Friday, they got it last Saturday. So I want you to understand that that's the way that IRS is doing it. Okay, now, what do you need to know about if you go to the end of today, you go to 5 o'clock local time where you are, and you don't see a direct deposit? What do you need to know? First, you need to know that if you either can track it at IRS or not. If you're able to track it at IRS, great. You're likely to know what's happening. So you're likely to know it's coming in the mail, it's not coming by direct deposit, or it is coming by direct deposit. Let's assume the irs.gov tool doesn't work for you. It reveals no information, which doesn't mean you're not getting a stimulus check. It just says no information. So what would you think at the end of today, March 24th, if it's not coming by direct deposit? It does not show in direct deposit. This is what you need to know. If you don't show it today, March 24th, and you are not a big bank customer, not a B of A or Chase or Wells Fargo or Citibank or any of the big banks, then and you don't see it tomorrow, it's likely in the mail, because the big banks are not holding it past today. They really aren't. But if you're a smaller bank operator, if you bank at a credit union or an app or a card like Direct Express or something slightly smaller, give it to tomorrow, give it maybe another day after that. But then after that, it could be in the mail. Basically, big banks are not going to really hold it by the end of today. Now, let me tell you what IRS's official advisory. If IRS's official advisory on Monday is, if you don't get it today, it's in the mail. But I'm saying that, hey, if you do bank at a smaller bank, I've seen banks that do hold the funds one more day past the effective date. So it is just a rub across the water. All right, I'll have more about that in a second. And I'll also have a little bit more about what you could track on IRS today or later today that you can track tomorrow. Meantime, there's a new letter out about your stimulus check if you're on SSI and SSDI from Congress. It's a shocking letter, and I'll have those shocking details coming up for you in a second. But first, let me tell you what else is going on today. Right now, the Federal Reserve Chair and Janet Yellen are testifying on the Senate Banking Committee. They are currently underway, and they were underway. They just went to recess. They went out to have $12 ice cream. Let me just tell you basically what they talked about earlier in the live recording, which started quite early. It was 7 o'clock on the West Coast. During that live recording, they basically repeated what they said yesterday. The Jerome Powell's statement was that this economy still needs more stimulus. One, unemployment numbers are not improving. They're not where they need to be. Two, job creation is going too slowly. We don't have enough jobs. 3, inflationary worries are not there. We may see a little bit of spike of prices for a little bit later this year, but there is no inflationary worry. Bottom line is, don't worry. The stimulus will continue across the board. Meantime, the President of the United States had a meeting yesterday about forced stimulus, and boy, do I have some comments about that. But let me cut back to your stimulus check arrival today. This was a list that I developed on March 17th of banks that paid stimulus checks to viewers of this channel. And this list really grew in the middle of the day. Let me go over this list for you right now. This list started to grow in the middle of the day as deposits started to appear. So to repeat, if you went to your bank website at 12:01 a.m. when you woke up in the middle of the night to check it, or you checked it right before this recording, and it did not show a deposit yet today, March 24th, of a $14 third stimulus check, don't worry, because this list from last week on March 17th, the first wave of stimulus check, really grew in the middle of the day. And let me go over the banks that did pay stimulus checks, and those banks will continue to pay stimulus checks as viewers of the channel today as well. It is Citizens Bank, PNG, Bancorp Chime, PayPal, NetSpend, Green Dot, People United Bank, US Bank, PNC, Capital One Bank, Lake Michigan Bank, USAA, also Union Bank, MetaBank, MX Bluebird, Navy Federal, BBT, Wood Forest, Bank America, Chase, Wells Fargo, H&R Block, Green Emerald Card, and also TurboTax. All right, let me go right to that letter because the letter is really interesting. I want to start before I read you the letter to tell you what the current status is of viewers of this channel receiving the $14 stimulus check as of this morning. The situation could change middle of the day. Let me tell you where we are. This channel has a couple million views a day. So far, since the very first wave, viewers of this channel on SSI and SSDI, Social Security and Railroad Benefits, which to make simpler, I'll just refer to as SSI and SSDI. Viewers on SSI and SSDI did get stimulus checks within 24 hours after the first wave even started. Some viewers on SSI and SSDI got stimulus checks before people not on SSI and SSDI. Some viewers of this channel who file tax returns got stimulus checks before people who don't file tax returns. And people who don't file tax returns did get stimulus checks before other viewers who do file tax returns. People who are on benefits got stimulus checks before people who aren't on benefits, and people who aren't on benefits got stimulus checks before people who are on benefits. And then when we look at the bank level, I've had viewers who bank at Chase who got a stimulus check before the boyfriend got a stimulus check from Chase, and he banks as much as his girlfriend banks at Chase. So you've literally seen a mess across the board that is inconsistent. And with that, let me read you what happened today. A new letter revealed today indicates that congressional Democrats led by Richard Neal of Massachusetts, the chair of the House Ways and Means Committee, which you've recalled 2 weeks ago, his committee was singularly the biggest committee for the $1.9 trillion stimulus package. The largest part of the package was for his committee to overview. He wrote a letter along with Representative John Larson, Democrat of Connecticut, Bill Parcells, Democrat of New Jersey, and Danny Davis, Democrat of Illinois, claiming to IRS and Social Security that there's, quote, an immediate attention for an urgent matter. What is the immediate and urgent matter? This is what the letter obtained by LALATE today reads. The American Rescue Plan was intended to provide much-needed economic stimulus and assistance to people across the country immediately, and we are counting on your agencies to ensure that beneficiaries are not left behind in the seamless delivery of those payments. Some of our most vulnerable seniors and persons with disabilities, including veterans who served our country with honor, are unable to pay their basic necessities while they wait for their overdue payments. Now, as you listen to that, as I listen to as well, it doesn't particularly say what the issue is. But it did get a pre-warning that the issue is some people are not receiving stimulus checks. Let me tell you where the situation is right now. I have had tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of viewers on SSI and SSDI, Social Security and Railroad Benefits, who have gotten their stimulus checks so far. I've had thousands and thousands of viewers who do not file tax returns, who have gotten their stimulus checks so far. And I've had thousands of viewers who were expecting their stimulus check to come by direct deposit, got their first and second by direct deposit, and are on benefits, but have been told by the IRS.gov tool, this one's coming in the mail. So you see that there's been a consistent inconsistency across the board where people of all different walks of life are getting checks and also not getting checks. So I don't particularly agree with the letter that to the extent that it sounds like no group is getting anything, although it doesn't say that. But let me tell you what I have seen. What I have seen is that going into today's date of March 24th, as of this morning, I have seen less than a handful of viewers who are using the Direct Express card actually receive a first or second wave stimulus check. So that is the difference across the board. And with that, I got a lot more coming up in just a second. But first, here is a little bit about today's programming schedule. Coming up right after the break, I'm going to tell you what you should expect for your stimulus check later today and also tomorrow, and when you should expect the stimulus check in the mail if it doesn't come tomorrow. Stay with me. I'll be back with you in 60 seconds. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on Mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE. And the excitement continues here on Mornings LALATE with a live recording right after this one, in which I jumped into the live chat. In that interactive video coming up right after this, I answer your questions live on air. During the commercial break, I saw some of the great comments. Some viewers, a lot of viewers said they just got it on Direct Express card today. Congratulations. So your comments are helping me understand the situation across the board. Again, a lot of viewers in the live chat right now just said they're getting on the Direct Express card. I also had viewers say, I bank at a big bank and I've yet to see it post. So give it a little bit of time. I really appreciate your comments. If you got it today, drop in the comments, I got it today. And if you didn't get it today, drop in the comments, I didn't get it today. Say which bank you're at. But join me also on the live chat coming up right after this, in which I interact with you and learn more about the situation. More about that in a second. But first, if you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. It's a big day, and there's a lot of news happening across the board. I don't want you to miss any of the news. Also, like this video. Let's try to do 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 likes. Meantime, let me tell you what else is breaking quickly this morning. The 10-year Treasury note remains relatively calm as Europe looks to invest more in the American public. The Commerce Department also said that U.S. durable goods fell 1.1%, meaning that the number was not robust. Homeowner numbers are in, and the homeowner mortgage demand rises, but the home sales continues to struggle. This as interest rates continue to grow. Meantime, the popular stock trading app Robinhood is going to go public, says a new report filed by Robinhood with the SEC. And Tesla announced overnight, you can now buy a Tesla with Bitcoin. Elsewhere, forced stimulus is really heating up after a series of meetings with the between the President of the United States with top executives. There's a new video out for the President of the United States, which I'll get to shortly. At the next half hour, I'll cut to a new video from Bernie Sanders in which Bernie talks about what he wants in the next stimulus package. Don't miss that video. And then there was also a really surprising new development about the $10,200 of unemployment benefits that a lot of you have been wondering about. Let me cover that right now because that is a big issue. IRS overnight issued a new advisory about the $10,200. This is what they said. As you know, your first $10,200 from 2020 is tax-free. Your first $10,200 of unemployment benefits from 2020 is tax-free under the third stimulus check package. That is if you make less than $150,000 last year. Well, do you include the unemployment benefits in calculating the $150,000, or do you not include the unemployment benefits in calculating the $150,000? Normally, you would include it because unemployment is income. Well, guess what? IRS gave you a break overnight and said, no, when determining whether you qualify for this $10,200 item, you do not include your unemployment benefits into your total income of $150,000. Here's an example. Let's say you worked a little bit last year, but you're also unemployed. Let's say you were unemployed and got $41,000 of unemployment benefits, but you're also employed and made $110,000 last year. $41,000 plus $110 is $151,000. That would mean that you would not qualify normally for the $10,200 tax break. Well, IRS says, nope, we're going to allow you not to include the $41,000 of unemployment benefits into the number. You can leave it out when determining if you're under that $150,000 income threshold, even though unemployment is usually income. Great news across the board. But let me jump back into what's going on with your third stimulus check and the delivery of that third stimulus check today. Your $1,400 third stimulus check could land in the bank account throughout today. We have a full day. It's just a little bit before 10 o'clock on the West Coast. Direct deposits appear throughout the day. They just post to the account. They generally don't show pending. Why? Because it's money from the IRS. It's good money. 2, it's been pending since last week. And 3, it's less than $5,000. It doesn't need to be held on pending. So the money will likely just appear today, if it's going to appear today, without any pre-warning. When would it appear? Anytime during banking hours locally where you are. Would it post after banking hours? No. Could it post tomorrow? If you don't bank at a big bank, it could post tomorrow. But the big banks are likely to post all the funds today because that's what they did last week. If you're on the Direct Express card, could it post throughout today? Absolutely. I certainly know, and I certainly saw your messages, that Direct Express took down that voicemail recording yesterday. Thank goodness, because it was not accurate. And if you go to their website, the posting on the top of their website, that is a March 15th posting. It predates the latest advisory from IRS, which was this Monday, this is the wave of stimulus checks by direct deposit. There won't be a wave in a few weeks of stimulus checks. Rather, this is the wave. It went out last Friday, and its effective date is today. What do you need to know about that irs.gov tracking tool? Here's what you need to know. If you don't receive the stimulus check by the end of today, and you don't receive it by the end of tomorrow, where is it? I'll tell you right now where it is. First, if you go to irs.gov and can track the result, you're in a great, you are completely knowing what's going to be happening. Why? Because if it says it's direct deposited, it will be direct deposited. If it says it's mailed, it is being mailed. No questions answered about that. This is an easy one. But what happens if you go to irs.gov, you don't get the deposit today, you don't get it tomorrow, and the IRS website has no results for your name? What will be happening? Here's the first thing you should do. You should go to some of the apps online to check what the official address is, how you type it for where you live. You may not be typing the address the way IRS's tool likes it. When they show no result, it's because they don't recognize the way you typed the address. The abbreviation you use, the wording, the letters, the zip code, you use the shorter version of the zip code. They don't like it the way you used it. If you can find the official way to type your address, that may solve the problem. If it doesn't solve the problem, and it still shows no results for your name on irs.gov, then this is what you need to know. irs.gov updates that database several times a week. It doesn't update it every day. And some viewers say that if you check more than 5 times per day, it will lock you out. So check it today, check it tomorrow. And if it still shows no results, check it the day after. Some insiders have sent me private messages saying they heard about what particular day it updates itself. I don't know if it's true or not true, so I don't know if I should report to you the actual day it allegedly updates itself. But I do know that it updated on March 16th, before the 17th, and it updated last Saturday in the middle of the day, where viewers saw one result in the morning and a different result in the afternoon. That is how you want to track it. Finally, there are some viewers who have sent me private messages that say there is a way to go to the U.S. Postal website and track any mail coming to you from a certain location. I don't know much about this, but if you're sophisticated enough, this might be additionally a way to track the stimulus check if the IRS tool has no results for you. Again, if you're just joining me, early in this recording, I said that if it does result with mail and a date, the date is not the date it's going in the mail to you. The date is not the date it's being put in the mailbox at IRS. And the date is not the date you're getting it in your mailbox. The date is the date of the check. A March 26 mail result means that the check has a date of March 26 in the corner. So when is it actually mailed? A few days ahead of time. And when would you likely receive it? You generally receive it 1 to 2 days before the date in the corner. So if the result from IRS is March 26 mail, that means you're getting it the 24th, 25th, or 26th, and the check that you're getting in the mail says the 26th. Most likely 2 days ahead of time. I hope this video has been helpful for you. Oh boy, 31 minutes. We went along, and I had a lot of other stuff to give you. Well, guess what? I'll give you all the other breaking details about force stimulus, about the live video feed, which I didn't cut into yet, about the president's remarks. We got a full day. We got a lot of time to deliver more news to you. And I'll have more about that for you in the next video, in which I jump into the live chat with you and I answer your questions directly. If you have watched this video and the video provided you information and answers to some questions, and you're watching another video today with me and someone doesn't know those answers, but you now know it because you've heard my answers from me, share the answers with them. For example, the date of the IRS tool with the mailing date, share that information with them. The more you help other people, the better it helps it. And tell them you learned it from me. And tell them to subscribe and like. It really helps. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Also, like this video. Let's see if you do 2, 3, 4,000 likes. Stay positive, stay smiling, keep on keeping a smile on it, and stay positive throughout the day. I am back with you in just 3 minutes from now. If you're not become a member, consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino VIP. Stay informed, stay focused, and stay of LA for more.